Hi kids, it's Pastor John. I'm here to bring you this week's Kids Connect, our children's time. I want to tell you a little story about some kids who are just like you. They live in a state called Maine, which is all the way on the other side of the United States. And they're kindergartners. For some of them, it's their very first time to go to school together. And one of those little girls has a problem with her hearing. She can't hear very well at all. And so she has to communicate with what we call sign language. And you probably know more about sign language than I do, really. But it's using your hands to talk to another person and making motions. Like, thank you is one of those. Can you say thank you? Thank you. All right. Well, this little girl's parents weren't sure whether they wanted to send her to a special school where everyone knew how to speak with their hands, or whether they wanted to send her to the school that was in their neighborhood. And they finally decided that it would be better for her if she went to the school in her neighborhood. So they sent her to school there, and sure enough, she did okay. In fact, she did better than okay. And do you know why? Because the other kids in the school decided that they wanted to be able to speak like her. So instead of making her become like them, they decided that they wanted to be like her, to be able to speak with their hands and say things like thank you and walking, those kinds of things. It's a pretty cool story, because all of the kids in the school decided that they wanted to do something good for someone who was different than them. I really love that story. Well, we've been talking a lot in church over the last few weeks about what it means for us to do good things for other people. And what I'd like for you to know is that, school has lots of rules, doesn't it? Rules about you can't do this or you can't do that. But one of the things we learn in the Bible is that there are some things that there are no rules about. And those things are good things. There's a man named Paul who wrote a lot of the things in the Bible. And one of the things that he liked to say was, do things that there are no rules about. And what he meant by that was, if we do bad things, there are rules against those. But if instead we do good things, we can do whatever we want to, and as often as we want to, because there are no rules against those things. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you can do lots of good things. All right? Let's do good things together. Will you pray with me? Dear God, help us to do all the good things that we can possibly think of doing, as often as we can, as much as we can, wherever we can, so that the world will be a better place. Amen.